Hey everyone, and welcome back to more political chatter. In this video, we will be talking about the schedule change of the 2024 and so on Democratic presidential primaries. So, this was a proposition from Joe Biden and other Democrats that has drastically changed the schedule of the Democratic primary. As I'm sure you guys all know, the schedule currently goes like this. Starting on, February 3rd, Iowa caucus, then New Hampshire primary, then Nevada caucus, and then South Carolina primary, and then we have Super Tuesday. Now, the proposed bill starts off with South Carolina. They are moving this, what is most likely going to happen, possibly some minor changes to the schedule that you are seeing in front of you. However, it's mostly going to be about February 3rd, South Carolina moving the fourth state to the first state. That would have a huge impact, as if you remember, in 2020, Biden won South Carolina, and he performed horribly in Iowa, New Hampshire, and Nevada. His win in South Carolina gave him a huge boost to his campaign, and it's the only reason why he won the Democratic nomination in 2020. So, he owes South Carolina one. He is moving it up a rank, or up 3 ranks, or 4 ranks actually, as I should say, to February 3rd, when the Iowa caucus should be taking place. And as you can see, Iowa isn't on here at all. 3 days later, New Hampshire and Nevada will be held on one day. As you can see, New Hampshire's significance drops a lot. It does not become one of the most important states to win anymore. Sure, it's the second or third, if you will, contest, but it's, not all candidates will be flocking to New Hampshire as they will be in South Carolina, as Nevada will be held on the same day. This won't be as much of a center contest as it was, as it is now, as it is prior to this new change in the primary schedule. And then we have 2 new states before Super Tuesday, 2 new added states. Georgia, high African American population, very similar to South Carolina. And then February 27th, Michigan, which I think is definitely a good state to have in the early primaries, as while we've seen them trying to be very inclusive in the first 4 states, with South Carolina, the Democratic primary, overwhelmingly African American, along with Georgia. New Hampshire, overwhelmingly white. And then Nevada, very much Hispanic. And then Michigan is definitely kind of tying those all together. Definitely a very mixed state in the Democratic primary. A lot of white Rust Belt a lot of white blue-collar workers, but also a large African American population in the cities. So, this is huge news, and it, of course, it could change who becomes president in 2024. Not that Biden isn't going to be nominated, but this bill that Biden is proposing is basically guaranteeing that he wins the nomination. Of course, he already was, because after 2022, no one is going to challenge him after the midterms, I mean. But what I'm talking about is he wins South Carolina. It's game over for anyone else who might be challenging him. I mean, say Newsom runs against him, even though he won't. Say Gavin Newsom runs against him. Newsom will have no shot in South Carolina. Whoever it may be doesn't have any shot in South Carolina. Biden wins first contest. He's on track to win New Hampshire and Nevada. Game over from there once he wins both of those. And then there's senators like Democrats like Catherine Cortez Masto proposing her home state of Nevada should come first. I think it should, personally. I think that it is the best state to have first. Or Michigan, as I was talking about, is a good state to have. I don't think South Carolina should come first, as it is not a Democratic state. New Hampshire, Nevada, Georgia, and Michigan all went to Biden in 2020. 2 of the 4, not Georgia and Michigan, went to Hillary in 2016. South Carolina went to Trump by 11%. So I think this is kind of an inconsiderate move by Biden and a lot of the Democrats. I don't think South Carolina should be in the leading states. I think it should be on Super Tuesday or after that. I really don't like that move by Democrats. I don't think it deserves to be a very establishment state for the Democrats, where Nevada, New Hampshire, Michigan, Georgia all have a lot of personality, if you will. I don't see South Carolina as a state with much personality when it comes to the Democratic primaries. I would definitely not choose South Carolina to be the first state in the primary come 2024. I would, that would not be my pick. But, however, I do understand it for anyone part of the Democratic establishment, because as 2020 showed us, and 2016 showed us, South Carolina stays with the Democratic establishment. Alright, it doesn't go off, it's not going to go off and vote for Nina Turner, an anti-establishment figure. They always stay with the establishment Democratic Party during the primary. So, definitely, I see why the establishment figures are choosing South Carolina to be the first primary. But, pretty big, that Iowa, and Cortez Masto brought this point up, but Iowa is off the list. They're not going to be a leading state, and that is a huge change, at least they have the Republican caucus there. But big change to the primary schedule. And Cortez Masto is talking about how Iowa should not be the first state and how Nevada should, because Iowa is a Republican state. South Carolina is a more Republican state than Iowa. Yeah. So, I just wanted to bring that point up where a lot of Democrats are talking about, yeah, we need to get Iowa because it's so, it's so Republican and overwhelmingly Republican and went to Trump twice. While these same Democrats are proposing South Carolina to be the first state. That is not pretty cool. So, I just want to share that with you all. And, definitely will have a huge, huge impact on years to come. I mean, it has an impact on me personally. I was going to go to New Hampshire, to the New Hampshire primary. My dad and I were going to drive up because we live in Connecticut. Not that long of a drive for the weekend. And now, of course, I still want to go, but it won't be as fun. Now all candidates will be flocking to New Hampshire. I probably won't meet as many candidates. Of course, it would be for the Republican primary. But, I wouldn't be able to, it wouldn't be as fun of an experience because Nevada would be more important than New Hampshire. You rack up more delegates in Nevada than New Hampshire. And, half the candidates will be in New Hampshire, half the candidates will be in Nevada. But that's just for the Democrats, and of course, Democrats won't, not many Democrats will win in 2024. So, thank you all for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks again.